Hey everybody, this is my first live on YouTube, and I'm literally doing this on a whim. I just felt inspired to do this. So if you can see me live, give me a thumbs up and let me know that I'm live because I'm being told that I am live. So I want to start this series of doing live channeled messages for whoever is interested. So if you're here and you have a question that you'd like to ask from your guides or my guides and get some guidance or some answers, I will be happy to share that. And in the meantime, I will try and channel a message that is for the collective. So this is my first time doing this. Bear with me. I usually do it through something called auto writing. So I will get a book and a pen and I start to receive messages. So I'm going to ask for my guides to come in and share a message that will benefit all of us today, whoever is watching. So, first of all, thank you for being here. And if you are watching me live, just give me a thumbs up or a notification to tell me that you can see me. Let's see. What is the message that we need to hear today? A message for the collective. This is exactly how I do my live sessions. When I do readings for people, I just get my energy grounded and then I ask for guidance. And whatever messages I get, I will relay them to whoever's coming here. Okay, so let's see. What message does everybody need to hear today? Whoever is watching this video now or later, what is it that they need to hear? Okay, so the first thing I wrote is make room for more, new beginnings, big changes, and shifts are coming. Okay, so there is definitely that energy right now in our planetary system as well. It feels like this shifting, transforming movement energy. So make room for more, new beginnings, big changes, and shifts are coming. What does that mean? Can you give us a little more detail on what that means for those who are watching? Possible career moves, changes in location for some, so maybe a move, energetic shifts, going within is what will help us all. Okay, so now what's happening is I'm starting to get a lot of messages and I can't write them fast enough. So I'm just going to say them. So what I'm feeling is, all right, I'm just going to get back in the energy of the messages. Career moves, changes in location, energetic shifts, going within is what will help us all. Oftentimes we look outside for answers and we actually most of the time, right? We look outside for answers. We're trying to connect with someone on the outside, ask people for advice, read books, listen to podcasts. But I feel like the message that is coming through is about going within and really connecting with our innate wisdom. Because when we do that, we get a guidance that is solely for us, right? When we look outside, sometimes we need to rely on other people who will come through and give us a message, or we need to be connected enough to listen to a particular message or a video or something that gives us the message that we need. But if we go within, then we're kind of bypassing all of that, right? So when we are clear in our mind, we are then able to attract the people, the podcasts, the videos, the quotes that will give us the message that we need. But if we are distracted and if we are busy and if we're stressed, then it becomes difficult for us to receive the guidance, even if it's coming at us, right? Even if someone tells us something. Have you ever had that happen to you where you're looking for guidance in a certain area of your life and a friend says something to you and you're so caught up in your own stress and your own story that you don't even hear them? And then later, when you have an aha around this struggle, your friend will be like, I told you this when you mentioned it. I gave you this solution before. Um, were you not listening? And that's something that happens in all of our lives, right? And I'm sure we've done that for other people and they haven't listened. So I think the message that is coming through, the big message today is yes, you can wait for other people to guide you. Yes, you can look outward for answers, but why not cut out the middleman? Because unless you're clear headed and calm and you go out into the world and receive whatever somebody's trying to give you, you're probably going to be distracted and not receive it anyway. So instead, it's time to reconnect with your inner wisdom so that you can always rely on that. You can always go back to that. You can always be like, okay, I need help with making a certain decision. Um, what do I do? Right. And then just going within and trying to calm your nervous system down to the point where you start to breathe a little better and you start to hear that inner voice. And just today, somebody was asking me, how do I know if it's my intuition or if it's my worry? Right. And what I said to her was, your intuition is never going to scare you, right? It is always going to be a calm voice. It's always going to be the sage and the monk voice in your head, right? It's never going to be like, okay, you have to make this decision. You're running out of time. That will never, ever, ever be your intuition, right? Because your intuition is driven by your soul, and your soul is always, always there to guide you, protect you, and tell you that everything's going to be okay, that it's all going to work out. Because if it didn't work out, if you're in the midst of a struggle that's not making sense, then you're meant to be here. You're meant to learn something from this and you're meant to grow from this, right? So it's also by design. Your struggle is by design. And that is something that we find so hard to accept sometimes, right? We want to accept it, but it's hard because we don't want to be in a state of struggle. We want to be in a place of ease and calm, and we want to be told what to do. How many of us want to be told what to do all the time? Like, tell me what to do and I'll do it, right? And our intuition can tell us, but we're not practicing that. We're not understanding how to listen to it, right? And it's not rocket science, you guys. Listening to your intuition is not rocket science. It's actually very simple. And the only block between us and our intuitive wisdom is the clutter that we create in our mind, the stories, the stress, the worry, the fear, the anxiety. And so, how can we reduce some of that anxiety, right? And I know meditation is hard for a lot of people. So, what can you do to help your nervous system calm down? What are some activities that will help you do that? I always say there are three ways to do this. One is art, nature, and movement. And so, when it comes to art, you can draw, you can color, you can sing, you can dance, you can paint, you can do pottery. Like, there are so many artistic things that we can do, right? Even an adult coloring book, which is really brainless activity, right? But if you enjoy it and if you get into a state of flow with it, and then when you're done with that for a little while, then you sit and then you ask for guidance and then you see what your wisdom, your inner wisdom is telling you. Because we are all here for a reason. We're all here with everything that we need inbuilt inside of us. Our bodies are amazing, our minds are amazing, our brains are amazing, our spirit is amazing, right? And so when we don't give ourselves the credit that we should, and instead start looking outside for answers, that's when we get in trouble, right? Because that's when comparisonitis sets in, that's when FOMO sets in, that's when we forget that we have the power, and then we start playing small, and then we start worrying about everything, and then we have fear kick in, and fear is, of course, the worst enemy of growth, right? So how can we tap into that inner wisdom? How can we let's wait and let's try one of these three modalities, right? And see if there's one that gets us more in a state of flow than the other. Is it art for you? Is it nature? Is it movement? Which one gets you in that state of flow? Which one makes you forget about your worries? Which one sets you up for success? Because remember, we're living in an age of information overload. Like, information is everywhere and it's at the click of a button, right? Your computer can now process vast amounts of information at the click of one prompt in AI, right? So, and yet, with all this information, we're still not able to find that deep inner sense of peace. So that tells you something, right? I mean, it just is a logical conclusion that AI is not going to be able to help us to solve all of our problems, especially the big ones, the ones that keep us up at night, the one that makes us worry, the one that makes us fearful, the one that gets us paralyzed and not allows us to move forward, right? AI can't solve that for us. So who can? Who can? Right? All the information in the world, easily accessible, is not able to help us. So we have to trust that there is an inner knowing within every single one of us that can help us break free. And, I always talk about the monarch butterflies who somehow every spring they know that they have to move from Mexico all the way to Canada, right? And every winter they go back to the exact same spot in Mexico, all the way from Canada. And they don't rely on a GPS or technology. They make it there based on their own innate wisdom, which is built in, right? And just like them, we have the ability to tap into that inner wisdom whenever we need it, but we're not using it enough, right? And in fact, to the point where we're, so skeptical about all of this that we don't even want to try it. It is so ridiculous to me because I have relied so much on my intuition, and the more I rely on it, the more life seems to be working out for me. I mean, just last week, right, I came back from India, and on my way here, I had a stopover in Dubai for 8 hours. And the day we reached here in New Jersey, in Newark, the same day the war started, right? And I made it back just in time. And I know that this could be marked off as a coincidence in your logical minds, but I see so many synchronicities happening, so many, experiences that I can't make up. Like, even when I was getting into the plane, right? This woman walks up to me in a line of 40 people and tells me, "What's your seat number?" And I told her my seat number, and she goes, "Come with me." She takes me out of the line of 40 people and she takes me right to my seat. Like, I can't explain this logically, right? But I know that the more I listen to my intuition, the more I become aligned, the more my life seems to work out for me, and things start to get clear. And that clarity that I get in my life, and helps me remove the chaos, right? Or removing the chaos gives me the clarity. Either way, one way or another, it is basically the clarity and the purity that helps me manifest every single day without even thinking about it, right? I wasn't thinking about the fact that there was going to be a war. I wasn't thinking about, oh, I hope and pray and wish and manifest that I get out of here safely, because I didn't know. I just didn't know. But I live every day, every moment in surrender, in flow. And I have let go of a lot of stuff that used to bog me down mentally, right? And the more I let go, the more clear my mind becomes. The more clear my mind becomes, the less I have to worry about what's going to happen in life. And I notice more and more things happening for me, right? I had so many such experiences on my trip to India, and I can keep talking about them. But I want to hear from you. If you're listening, if you're able to hear me, if you're able to see me, leave a comment in the chat and tell me what you think about what I just spoke about, right? And the message that came through today, which is make room for more. New beginnings and big changes and shifts are coming. Career moves for some of you, changes in location for some, energetic shifts. Going within is what will help us all. So if you want to get to that place where you have clarity in your, big changes that are coming, let go of the baggage that you're carrying. Open up those invisible backpacks that you've been holding on to for years and years and years, and take a look inside. Is this something that you need to carry? Is there something you can let go of today? And if so, what are you going to let go of? What are you going to drop so that you're not carrying it forward? Sometimes we're afraid to look in those invisible backpacks, right? We're afraid to check what's happening in there. But I promise you, if you take a look in there, you will find that actually there's not much to be afraid of. And you've probably been holding on to something that, you can now look at and be like, why am I even carrying that? Right? Can I let that go? Is it possible to let it go? And if it is, what can I do to let it go? What can I say? What can I affirm to myself to say that I'm done with carrying this baggage? I'm done and I want to let go. And so try that out. See if there's something that comes up for you as I'm talking about this baggage that we carry. And if you get inspired to drop it, because I promise you, you'll feel lighter. And as you feel lighter, you'll have more clarity in your mind. And as you have more clarity in your mind, your intuition will start to flow better. And as your intuition flows better, you will know exactly what you need to do for this next big move that's coming for you. Right. So I hope you're feeling the energy of this big shift. I hope that, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest comes true. And I hope that we keep inspiring each other on this journey. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep shining, warriors, and keep manifesting all that beautiful stuff. Get your energy aligned, get your mind, body, spirit aligned, and keep going. All right. Talk soon.